This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Mannings Hill man battling for life after gun attack. A man is now in critical condition in hospital after being shot multiple times in the district of Mannings Hill, St. Andrew on Sunday evening. Police report that the 18-year-old man was walking along the main road in the district when people traveling in a Toyota Mark X motor car stopped the vehicle beside him. A man exited the vehicle and engaged the victim in conversation. Minutes later, the man pulled out a handgun and opened fire, hitting the victim in the upper body. The gunman then re-entered the vehicle and made his escape with his cronies. The injured man was taken to the hospital and is now being treated. The district of Mannings Hill is situated close to the communities of Stony Hill and the Belgrade Heights in the St. Andrew North Police Division and lends its name to Mannings Hill Road, which begins at Mary Brown's Corner and ends in the hilly community. The community has been relatively peaceful for years, and the police in the area are investigating the isolated shooting incident. Members of Pathways International ostracized and fearful, says Nita Robertson. Members of Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries that was led by the now deceased Pastor Kevin Smith are reportedly fearful for their lives and are being ostracized, according to Smith's attorney Valerie Nita Robertson. Nita Robertson in a statement reiterated that she does not try her cases in public. However, she said she was forced to comment in light of the social media and the mainstream media frenzy that is emanating from the church and which has risen to a pitch resulting in the members of the church being ostracized and put in fear. The labeling of the church as a cult is deliberate and unfortunate and is at the seat of the attack on ordinary decent Jamaicans and their faith, Nita Robertson stated. She charged that this is a threat against the churches. It is reminiscent of the ancient days in which the church is persecuted. The statement was apparently released before Smith died in a car crash in Linstead, St. Catherine Monday morning while being transported from Montego Bay, St. James to Kingston, where he was expected to be charged, as the noted attorney mentioned that he had the right to a fair trial if he was in fact charged. She warned that the media frenzy that is driving members of the church to be ostracized and their constitutional rights breached is dangerous not only to them but to all Jamaicans and besmirches the good name of the country as it has gone viral. Nita Robertson asserted that the media frenzy caused the recent death of a man in St. Thomas who was mistaken for the alleged kidnapper of two girls in the Bath community. Levy Chambers was attacked by angry residents who reportedly stabbed and beat him to death. Davian Bryan is a suspect in the case involving the abduction of two young girls in the parish. The attorney is pleading with media organizations to restrain themselves and to act with maturity and allow the law to take its course. Cop killed in crash with cult pastor identified. The police officer who died in Monday morning's three-vehicle collision along the Bogwalk bypass in St. Catherine, which also claimed the life of controversial Pastor Kevin Smith of the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries, has been identified. The deceased cop is Constable Orlando Irons of the Montego Bay Fugitive Apprehension Team. Two other members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are said to be in critical condition at a medical facility where they are undergoing treatment. According to Detective Constable Tamika Thomas, General Secretary of the Jamaica Police Federation, Monday's fatal crash was an unfortunate situation that has now left the JCF in mourning. While expressing condolences to the loved ones of the deceased police officer, Thomas said it is always hard to lose a member of the JCF. It is never an easy situation or easy task for the rank and file cohort of the JCF to lose any one of our members. We are grieving at this time, and we just want to send sincere condolences to his family and colleagues in Area 1, where it is believed Irons was stationed, and by extension, the JCF, she said. Information is sketchy at this time, but based on details received, three vehicles were traveling into Kingston when the accident occurred. The vehicle that Constable Irons was in overturned. Police sources told the news that the accident happened around 9:30 a.m. on Monday. Reports are that Simit was being taken to Kingston, reportedly because of the behavior of police personnel at the location where he was being held in Montego Bay. Human rights group blames authorities amid COVID outbreak at the St. Catherine Adult Correctional Center. Amid reports of another outbreak of COVID-19 at the St. Catherine Adult Correctional Center, human rights advocacy group Stand Up for Jamaica believes those in charge should be held accountable for failing to respond to its call to release low-risk inmates. The Department of Correctional Services reported on Saturday that there are 74 COVID-19 cases among the inmate population. One of the inmates has been hospitalized. Carla Golota, executive director of Stand Up for Jamaica, said the outbreak was expected. She said the authorities should have responded favorably to calls for the release of low-risk inmates at the start of the pandemic if they wanted to help prevent the spread of the virus. It is 1.5 years that we have been talking to them because we keep asking, please release those who have small sentences or they are waiting for the trial just because they didn't pay a ticket or they are mentally ill or juvenile. I think that we have been asking this 7 times without any kind of success, she lamented. NAJ concerned the house-to-house inoculation drive could be hampered by vaccine hesitancy. The Nurses Association of Jamaica is concerned that hesitancy will put a damper on the success of the house-to-house COVID-19 vaccination program, which got underway on Sunday in 10 parishes. While NAJ President Patty Edwards-Henry admitted that the program will be useful in addressing the issue of accessibility to vaccines that some people face, she said the process will also be slow due to what is involved, including counseling and the observation of persons. Mrs. Edwards-Henry says despite a public education on the vaccines, she expects nurses will still have to contend with people refusing to be inoculated because of the hesitancy and the challenges and the stories. The house-to-house vaccination program has started with teams comprising public health nurses and community health aides from Hanover, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, Westmoreland, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, being deployed to communities to administer the vaccines to shut in disabled persons and the elderly. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has said the program is intended to take vaccines to communities that are not close to a fixed site and to persons who are not able to travel to get inoculated. There are currently 2 vaccines being administered in Jamaica, the AstraZeneca and the single-dose Johnson & Johnson. Social worker charged with a sexual offense involving minor. A social worker attached to the Ministry of Justice Victim Support Unit in Port Maria, St. Mary, has been charged with a sexual offense involving a minor. The police gave his name as Lincoln Dennis of Monique in St. Anne. He has been charged with having sexual intercourse with a minor and a misconduct in a public office. The incident allegedly took place in March this year, and the accused was subsequently charged after investigations were carried out. Dennis appeared before the Port Maria Parish Court last week Thursday, where he was remanded. He is to reappear in court on Wednesday, October 27. Woman fatally shot, man injured in Linstead. A woman died yesterday in a gun attack at a Banbury district in Linstead, St. Catherine. She is Natalie Kelly Baker, a 40-year-old nursing aide. A man who was also shot in the incident is said to be in serious condition at hospital. Reports are that about 7:15 p.m., Baker was outside a shop when 2 armed men approached her and a friend. They opened gunfire on both before fleeing in nearby bushes. Baker, who returned to the island from Britain recently, was pronounced dead at hospital. She is at least the 2nd woman shot in Linstead this month. In the previous incident, which took place on October 12, a gunman shot and wounded a woman on Grove Road while she was walking from her home to work. She has been admitted to hospital in critical but stable condition. No plea deal for Jaque in Netherlands stabbing case. There will be no plea deals for reggae singer Jaque as he faces a Dutch court to answer to the charges in relation to an alleged stabbing incident. In Dutch law, we don't have such a thing like a plea deal. Once the criminal investigation is complete, the public prosecutor must decide whether to proceed to a full prosecution and a trial, Franklin Watimena, press office of the Netherlands Public Prosecution Service, told the news. The Love Is singer has been behind bars in the Netherlands for the last 3 weeks, following the alleged stabbing incident involving a popular promoter. He was expected to know the court's decision in the matter after appearing in the council chamber on Monday. The entertainer, whose real name is Sikaturi Alcock, appeared last week in the council chamber, part of the Amsterdam court, and was detained for another 7 days. Jaque was arrested following the stabbing incident in Dam Square in the city center of Amsterdam on October 1, allegedly involving the concert promoter. Police reports suggest that after the incident, the alleged victim reported the matter to the police, and after a quick investigation, the police arrested Jaque on October 2. Jaque marked his 43rd birthday behind bars on October 11. 172 new COVID-19 cases, 4 more deaths. 4 more COVID-19 deaths have been recorded in Jamaica, pushing the tally to 2,183. The deceased are a 46-year-old man from St. Elizabeth, an 85-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 58-year-old woman from St. Elizabeth, and a 73-year-old woman from Portland. The Ministry of Health says the fatalities occurred between October 19 and 22, and 2 more fatalities are under investigation, moving that figure to 321. Meanwhile, there were 172 new cases, with ages ranging from 9 months to 95 years, pushing the total to 88,431, with 28,888 being active. Of the new cases, 97 are women and 75 are men. The parish breakdown is as follows: St. Catherine 33, Kingston and St. Andrew 29, St. Thomas 18, St. Anne 17, Portland 17, St. James 16, St. Elizabeth 16, Hanover 9, Trelawney 8, St. Mary 5, Manchester 4, Clarendon and Westmoreland recorded no new cases. A total of 1,339 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 14.7%. In the meantime, there were 172 more recoveries, pushing the total to 56,761. Some 334 persons are in hospital, with 63 being moderately ill, 37 severely ill, and 22 critically ill, and 39,708 persons are at home in quarantine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.